Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for our webinar focused on the one-year MBA here at London Business School. We're thrilled to have you joining us today, and we're excited to dive into everything about this one-year MBA program. My name is Emily Carney, and I will be hosting today's session. I'm the one-year MBA Launch Director for the program, and I'm joined today by Helen Foley, who's the MBA Programme Director. Together, we'll walk you through the key features of the one-year MBA, what makes this program and London Business School such a unique and powerful option for ambitious professionals, and how you can make the most of this transformative experience. As I mentioned, I'm the one-year MBA Programme Launch Director, and my role has been the development and launch of the program, working alongside our world-leading faculty to design and develop the curriculum, as well as working with Helen and other teams within the school more recently to find the wonderful students who will be joining us on this program this August. I've been at London Business School for 8 years now, working on various different programs, including the Masters in Financial Analysis, the Executive MBA, and I actually started my career at LBS working with the MBA program. So it's nice to be working back with the program that I started with and be working in the MBA space once more. Helen, would you like to tell me a little bit about yourself and your role at LBS?
Of course, Emily. It's great to be here today. I've been at London Business School for a little more than 18 years now, working in a variety of roles, again, across degree education. I actually also started out in programme management in the MBA team a long time ago and have worked in roles across assessment, academic delivery, immigration compliance, financial aid. And I've had the privilege of being in the role of programme director for the MBA programme for a little more than 4 years now. So in this role, that means I am responsible for the overall health, the development and the success of the programme itself, as well as providing a positive and a supportive learning environment and a supportive learning student community in which all of our students can really belong and thrive.
Fantastic. I think we're all excited for One Year MBA to join that student community.
Absolutely.
The program, of course, launched in January 2024, with our first intake starting August 25, this August, which is certainly an exciting move for London Business School, and we'll speak a little bit more about that in a moment. But I think it's worth noting that together, you and I have been working at London Business School for 25 plus years. I think that says a lot about the school and the community here as well. So, what does it mean to you to be a part of the London Business School community?
Um, I think I always struggle to not sound a little bit cliched when I talk about the LBS community. Um, but I can't help but say that our community really is special. And having been part of it for more than 18 years now, um, I think for me, it's really about the people. And within that, it's about the passion and the commitment that the people in our community have, not only to be their very best, but to support other people in being their best too, to constantly strive for improvements to where we can make a change, to where we can have more impact.
Mm.
I think it's fair to say that our community we don't rest on our laurels. We want to always be the best we can be and be better than we have been before. And what I think this creates actually is quite a unique sense of belonging and connection. In the time I've been at LBS, and actually particularly now, the world's quite a challenging place to be. The economy is tough, the geopolitical situation, conflict, the climate crisis, changes to our everyday life. It can be quite a tough place for many people. And LBS really isn't shielded from any of this. But I think in many ways, the sense of community that we have becomes even more important when we're facing the challenges, both of everyday life and the challenges of the business world today. The way that the LBS community comes together and has come together over the years, in spite of the diverse backgrounds, the diverse experiences that many of us have, is really still quite inspirational to me after all these years. And I think the community does this because we have a genuine care for others, for not just being the best we can be, but ensuring that others can be their best and the sense of belonging and connection that that creates for all of us.
Absolutely, yeah. I definitely resonate a lot with that. And I think when we talk about community, we talk about every aspect of LBS as well. There's alumni, students, staff, faculty. We all work really well together, and it's clear that we're all very passionate about what we do. We want to make a difference, and we want our programs to be the best they possibly can be. Um, in terms of the alumni community, something that always struck me from very early on was how connected the alumni community is and are. We go obviously on a lot of trips to different places for recruitment trips, but also as part of the academic experience on global experiences. And on those trips, often we'll do an alumni event. And being able to connect with so many alumni, no matter where you are in the world, I think is really special. And the way that our alumni give back to students as well is always really special. And I think that is something that is quite unique, that feeling of connectedness, like you said, that feeling of belonging and feeling
Mm.
like you're part of something is really unique and special for LBS.
I totally agree. And I think when our students become students, they become part of a community for life. You're not just here for your 2-year MBA or your 1-year MBA. You're part of our community for the rest of your life. And that really is quite a
Absolutely.
wonderful environment for to be working in and for people to be studying in as well. So it's very exciting that we're adding a new program to
Yeah.
our community. Can you talk a little bit about what the vision has been behind launching the new 1-year MBA program?
Absolutely. Yeah. So the 1-year MBA has been a long time coming. I think obviously that it's I've been with the program for the last 2 years launching it. However, the idea of this program has been around long, long, long before I started. When they were developing the Masters in Management at LBS, there was this notion that something like this would exist. As the MIM program has grown, as the graduate master's programs have grown, and that those alumni communities have grown, we've seen a bit of a need for something for them. So this MBA is a way to offer something a little bit different from what we already have, that is tailored specifically for this group of people that already have a master's or in masters in management, or a master's that covers a lot of the content that we would expect someone doing a master's in management would cover. Um, and they want something that's tailored to them, that doesn't repeat the basics that they would have done in their core in their previous masters, that will help them get to that next step in their career in a bit of a shorter time frame. So the 1-year MBA was designed with that in mind. It offers the same rigorous, high impact experience without that overlap, potentially, that a 2-year MBA might have given. And I think it complements our existing MBA as well, rather than competing with it. I
Mm.
think the two programs serve a different professional need and different stages as well. The 1-year MBA is perfect for candidates who, like I said, already have that master's, but also have a very clear goal and vision of what they want at the end of the program. It is an 11-month program, so there isn't as much time for that exploration that potentially a 2-year program would offer. However, it still has the benefits that London Business School gives to all its students, which is that global network, the career support, and that academic excellence. So ultimately, it's about choice, I think, for the potential students coming to LBS. It's another option for them to explore, depending on what they want to get out of it and what their background is as well.
Oh, that's great. It is very exciting. For the people who have joined the call today, if we look at the MBA specific, the 1-year MBA specifically, can you tell us a little bit more about the program itself? So what the students will be studying, and again, I guess what makes that unique compared to other programs.
Yeah, I think it's been designed from the ground up specifically for these students in mind. So these professionals who already have that strong academic foundation in business, who have that master's in management or equivalent, and they just want to top up essentially to that MBA to get to where they need to be in their careers. So With that in mind, before the program even begins, they have access to pre-online modules. These have been developed by LBS faculties to prepare students for the core courses. So refreshing and reminding them of the content that they have done in their previous masters, which may have been 5 years ago. The information's locked in there somewhere, but perhaps they need a little bit of refreshing. So we've created these modules to refresh them there and also to bring everyone in line. So everyone has the same knowledge level going into those core courses. Now, the core courses themselves are also quite unique. So they have been built specifically for the one-year MBA program, and they are focusing on the application of knowledge in contemporary business challenges. So there's 10 core courses, and these have been centered around the themes of rethinking corporate purpose, navigating the new business environment, and individual agency and change. So these are critical topics which we believe today's leaders need to understand and engage with in real time. So the core courses are very short, they're focused, and they also leave the bulk of the rest of the MBA time free for them to focus in on electives. So they will do these very short, focused core courses at the beginning of the term, and then the rest of the time is freed up to explore and engage in our elective portfolio, very similar to the second year of the 15 to 21 month program. So students will study around nine courses from LBS's fantastic elective portfolio. And this again allows them to tailor their experience to align with their specific interests, skills gaps, and career goals. So they'll get that exploratory part of the MBA, which everyone comes to expect from an MBA LBS. They'll still get that and still spend quite a lot of time focusing on that as well. I think another thing that's unique about this program is the career support. So with an 11-month program, that was something that we were very keen to answer in a very structured way. So the career support is integrated throughout the program. It starts in the summer, so with those pre-online modules, there's also going to be an online module from the Career Centre, preparing them for their recruitment journey ahead. There'll also be opportunities to engage with and start recruitment a little bit early before the program starts. Then once they are on the program, they're assigned a dedicated career coach who will work with them throughout the year. They'll do coaching sessions throughout the year with them. And they'll also engage in an accredited career management course, which runs alongside their core studies. So I think this is quite a unique aspect of the one-year MBA, and it's, I think, quite exciting as well for them to be getting stuck into.
Right. And in terms of things like experiential learning, are there opportunities for students to engage with that as well?
Yes, so they will still do the global experiences. Excuse me, my voice is going a little bit there. They'll still engage in global experiences similar to the 2-year program. So these global experiences are the 5-day residential courses in a number of different locations around the world. They'll also have access to a course called London CAP. So London CAP is a course that you have on your 15 to 21 month MBA program as a tailored core. And on the 1-year MBA, we offer that as an elective option. And the London CAP is a consulting style project where students will work on real world challenges with clients, and they'll learn in a really meaningful and impactful way. And it also just offers them a very different way to practice the skills that they've learned in their core courses in these real world client projects. So it's, again, a really exciting experiential option that we're glad to be offering our 1-year MBA students.
I think in terms of some of the differences between the 1-year MBA and the 2-year MBA, there are some opportunities for the 1-year MBA students to engage with the 2-year MBA students, which I think is another fantastic
Yes.
connection and networking opportunity for them. But I think when I reflect on what the differences are between the two programs, I think it's really important to note that the 2-year MBA will continue to provide fantastic life-changing opportunities for students who really want to take that longer time out of the workplace. We know there's still demand for this, and the value that this will continue to bring is something that we're absolutely sure of. But I think as you know, as I think I said near the beginning, we don't just rest on our laurels at LBS. And I think by introducing this unique 1-year MBA, we're the first business school in Europe to take the step to launch a program of this kind.
Mhm.
It's it's for us to be able to show that there is differentiation in the market, and we know that there is demand from these top quality MIM students or students who've got equivalent degrees to MIMS for this faster paced 1-year MBA program. So I think, again, when I think about the differences, when students come into the 1-year MBA, we know that they're going to have a really solid foundation already in what we would consider to be the core elements of an MBA, corporate finance, your accounting, your strategy and
Exactly.
marketing, and so on. So these aren't elements that we're going to have in our 1-year MBA. And as you've talked about, Emily, our core will instead be really looking at the opportunities to apply that learning in today's, more contemporary business world. I think the other thing to think about is that with the shorter time, the 1-year MBA really allows individuals to focus quickly and quite
Hmm.
specifically to identify where those individuals know they need to upskill. We expect the students coming into this program, I think, to know where they have gaps in their skills and their knowledge. And they're coming to the 1-year MBA with a more targeted approach than the 2-year MBA students typically will have. But again, I think, as you said earlier, I do feel very strongly that the two programs just really complement each other in a really lovely way. They're offering different options for those students, for whom the 2-year MBA might not be the right option. And it's wonderful for us to be able to offer this alternative to other students.
Absolutely. I think it's all about optionality. And already with the two year program, the 15 to 21 month program, there are multiple routes through. And
Sure.
this is another string to our MBA bow, giving students that choice, which I think is a really important thing to be offering, especially in
Yeah.
today's climate. In terms of career opportunities, do
Mhm.
you I mean, when we've been planning this program, we see these as being broadly the same on the 1 year as the 2 year. Um,
Mhm.
we're in the midst at the moment of our recruitment. Recruitment's still open for the August intake,
Mhm.
and I can share informally that we've had really high caliber of people coming in, and the career aspirations we've heard are in line with what we would expect from MBA candidates. Um, but could you talk a little bit about what the career outcomes are on the MBA so that we can put that into perspective of what people can expect from the 1-year MBA as well?
Sure. So when students come in on the MBA, we get quite a wide range of career motivations for why students join the MBA, and so there's also a range of outcomes when the students leave as well. Now, and it's important actually that they don't always actually match what somebody comes in saying that they intend to do will often not match at all what that individual ends up doing after the program. So in general, more than half of our students coming in on the MBA say that they are motivated to advance their current career. We have about a third typically who are looking to change industry. And then we'll have maybe around 10% who say that they're looking to start their own business, to take up an entrepreneurial venture
Yeah.
after the MBA. And you'll have a smaller number who say that they're just here to learn, to fill gaps, to understand, to explore what the options might be. When we look at our most recent employment report, which is for our MBA 2024, who graduated last year, we actually had 52% of our graduates switch sector, which is about 20% higher than their original motivations. Entrepreneurs immediately following graduation is lower than the 10% who say that that's what they want to do. It's typically around 5 or 6%. But what we do know is that more and more of our graduates will move into entrepreneurial roles, maybe not just as their first job straight out of the MBA. And that means about 40% are staying in their previous sector and advancing their career within that sector. So when I look at these statistics, it's really what I see on the ground every year, which is that coming in with a career target is great. But what's actually more important is the development and the exposure to opportunities that our students have. And quite often, our students will grow in ways and in areas that they may not even previously have known about, certainly not considered prior to coming for the MBA. So, whether that's growth in an entirely new sector or the personal growth that accelerates career development, what we see every year is that the MBA opens doors, both professionally and personally. And those are doors that would typically be pretty difficult to even approach without having that MBA experience. Alongside this, something that we know is really important is the professional skills support that our students have on the MBA. Emily, can you talk to what that's going to look like in terms of professional skills development for students coming into the one-year MBA program?
Absolutely, yeah. So we have two parts to that. But first, I'd just like to say, in response to what you said, leaving space to explore is also really important on the MBA. So, like you said, people will come in with a specific career outcome, but in the midst of their program and what they're going through with the content and also the people they meet, sometimes those things changes, and there is still space for that to happen on the one-year MBA, albeit it's just 11 months. So we are looking for people that are a little bit more focused, but having that space to explore is also really important because you just don't know how you might grow on the program. But in terms of the professional skills support available on the one-year MBA, so I mentioned before, it falls into two different courses. So the first of which is our Skills for the Future course component. So this is a part of the program that actually runs alongside the 15 to 21 month program. So it's a really nice opportunity for the two MBA programs to be working together and for the students to be networking together whilst doing this course. The course is designed to develop their critical leadership, interpersonal development, and digital capabilities as well. These are all skills that we know employers and the business world more broadly are demanding now and will continue to demand. So this course is very much based on the feedback that we receive from recruiters and what they expect and need to see from our students. It's not just about gaining knowledge either. A lot of it is about practicing and refining behaviors that will make them more effective and thoughtful leaders as well. Alongside this Skills for the Future part of the course, they also have their career management course. So I mentioned before, there's a lot of career management work that happens on the one-year MBA, and it's actually a credited part of the curriculum. This part is developed and delivered by our amazing Career Centre here at London Business School, and it's to set students up with the tools that they need to effectively navigate and manage their careers. And that goes through the recruitment cycles that they'll have whilst they're students here, through to the job that they'll end up with after and years into the future. So it's an opportunity for them to develop skills that will last them throughout their career journey, way beyond LBS. I mentioned earlier they work with a dedicated career coach, so they work with them as part of this career management course. There are also sessions on sector-specific sessions, which are optional depending on what their career options are. And there's also workshops to help them build resilience and how to navigate setbacks in careers, as well as obviously the more practical tips on how to be engaging thoughtfully in recruitment whilst they're students. So it covers the real life cycle of a career management here at LBS. So really exciting to be able to offer that. Just to step, I guess, a little bit out of the curriculum, we hear from LBS alumni about the experiences that they have at LBS. What is that MBA experience outside of the classroom like?
So I think this comes back to the community aspect that I talked about earlier on, because I really think that the community at LBS is really what underpins the overall MBA experience. You know, we've mentioned we're a community, but we're a community of students, of alumni, of staff, of faculty, of research institutes. We have an amazing student association and a very vibrant student club system. And each part of the community really plays, you know, an equal role in creating the MBA experience, whether that's in or out of the classroom. Now, the student clubs play a vital role in this. They range from career focused, So whether that's the finance club or the private equity or the entrepreneurship club as examples, to regional clubs, which feature pretty much every region from across the globe, to interests and sports clubs, whether that's badminton or acting, comedy, cycling, football, board games. There's a wine club, a foodie club, basically anything that you're interested in. There will be an LBS club available for you to join. They're very active. There are student-led events pretty much, I would say, every day of the year. And these provide a huge range of opportunities. They start often with fun, with socializing. And that's actually really important to balance
Yeah.
against the rigor of the academic classroom, the rigor of career recruitment as well. But it's way more than fun and socializing. It moves through to different opportunities to develop and grow through learning new things and having new experiences. And that then often leads to career development and networking opportunities as well. One of the key things about the clubs, and you'll know this from all the different programs you've worked in, is that our clubs are available across all of our degree programs. So you'll have MBA students alongside executive MBA students, Sloan students, graduate master students, really allowing our students to just enrich their networks even further. In addition to the clubs, there are seemingly endless career treks, case competitions, sector events in London and throughout the world. Our students regularly take part and regularly win investing competitions throughout Europe. They compete against MBA students from other top business schools with other competitions on social impact, clean tech, consulting challenges, a really regular feature in our students' calendars. Closer to home, when they're not out on the road traveling, many of our clubs run really quite high profile conferences with fantastic guest speakers and industry specialists coming to campus to speak directly to our students. I can't possibly name them all. We've got some really exciting ones coming up quite soon, actually.
Yeah.
But two that I will that always feature very highly on the calendar are the Women in Business Equal Conference. It was a sellout this year. Been a sellout every year that I've been in attendance. And in addition to that, we have the Year Out Conference, which is hosted at LBS every year with students from across, well, mainly across Europe, but across the world actually. And this year's theme was Learning from Legends, Leading with Pride. And our LGBTQ plus community came together to really talk about how to advance business from their perspective as well. Every time I have the opportunity to attend one of the student-led conferences, I'm honestly blown away by the content, the professionalism, and kind of the creativity that is shown by so many across our community.
Really, it's amazing that they have time for their academics with all of the extracurricular
They
conference
are
and clubs that take place.
They really are high achievers, Emily. I'm always astounded by how much an MBA student seemingly can fit in to a working day.
Definitely.
I could probably talk about this for hours, but I am conscious of time, and it's very clear where my loyalties lie, I think, when I'm talking about the LBS community. But we know that students have choices.
Mhm.
They have choices for where they're going to do their MBA. So from your perspective as a launch director, Emily, why should potential candidates choose this program or LBS for their studies?
Yeah. So of course, all of that, the people we speak to are, of course, doing their research with all the different business schools. I think what makes the 1-year MBA at London Business School unique is that it really is the first of its kind in Europe. There are other 1-year programs, of course, but not designed in the way that we have designed our program, in that if you already have this master's, you have that background, that strong academic background already, then this is the one for you, because you're not going to be repeating that core curriculum that you've done in your previous masters. You're going to be using your time a little bit more efficiently in engaging in a curriculum that is contemporary. It's just been it's just been designed based on the contemporary business issues that are currently facing the world. And they're shorter and sharper, and they're applied. And it gives them that time to then spend the bulk of their MBA exploring courses on our elective portfolio that will really support their individual needs, and for them to make the most out of their individual MBA. So it's truly quite innovative as a program. I think it fills a gap in the market with the curriculum, whilst of course being still intensive and globally relevant. The curriculum itself is forward looking. It's not just a condensed MBA, it's reimagined. I mentioned before about those contemporary business challenges, and it really is designed to give students the tools and the frameworks to lead through uncertainty, disruption, rapid change, these themes that we hear quite often in this current climate. Within the courses themselves, so AI is quite a hot topic, of course. Some of the core courses that we've designed, things like data science and strategy for the data era, they have integrated AI concepts within them. So they incorporate those AI tools, methodologies to address real world problems. So they're actually built into the fabric of the courses themselves. I think beyond the classroom, beyond the one-year MBA program, LBS itself, we've spoken about the global network, the community. They really are things that make London Business School special. Our alumni are based in more than 150 countries around the world and are deeply engaged with the school. And in fact, with the development of the program, we engaged a lot of alumni and got their feedback on what they think would be useful for the program to entail and how to market it. So we always keep that close relationship with our alumni, which is really special. Global perspective is embedded in everything that we do at London Business School, and the one-year MBA is no stranger there either. From our faculty, our students, our program, we bring together a truly international outlook. And that is essential for anyone who wants to lead in today's interconnected world. The classroom discussions that you have as a result of this are really rich. You'll be sitting next to people from countries perhaps you've never engaged with, cultures you've never engaged with, and the discussions that you can have as a result of that, I think, are really rich, really a part of learning that you often don't necessarily think about. You think about the faculty teaching in the room, but the learning you'll get from your peers in those classroom discussions is just as important as well. Of course, our reputation and our location is very interesting and important for us. Being in London is a huge advantage. You are in the middle of everything. Networking with companies in London is very easy. You just jump on the tube and you can be there within minutes. So being in a hub like London is a huge advantage. You know, access to global businesses, entrepreneurship, finance, tech, of course, the culture in London, the energy that you feel from being in a capital city is really exciting. So yeah, so I think whether you're considering one-year MBA or another program at LBS, it's a really fantastic environment. It's global, ambitious, it's connected, and it's really the heart of the world of business as well.
It's so exciting. Can you remind us just quickly, Emily, who is it that we're looking for to apply for the one-year MBA? And I guess alongside that, is there anyone that you would recommend not to apply for this program?
Yeah, we're looking for really ambitious, driven individuals, those who have that strong academic background already from their previous masters, whether that be a master's in management or an equivalent master's program. If you're not sure whether your master's fits that requirement, reach out to us and we'd be very happy to discuss with you and see whether you would be a good fit for us. Aside from that, we are looking for people who have 3 years plus work experience, who are high achievers, who are decision makers, people that demonstrate leadership, career progression, and who want to be a part of this diverse global community that we've created. People who maybe you mentioned who shouldn't apply, it is quite a focused program. So if you're looking for a program to take time to explore different avenues, different career opportunities before making a final decision, we would still say the 15 to 21-month program is the right program for you because you have that time. Whereas an 11-month program, you do have to be a bit more focused while still leaving time for that magic that happens in those networking sessions and the people you meet. There is, of course, still space for that, But broadly speaking, people that are looking to advance in a career they're already in or switch to something that's adjacent to the career that they're in, I think this is a better program for them rather than people making big career changes where they don't have that experience or they want to have a bit more time to explore different avenues. That's still, I think, 15 to 21 month is a better option.
Yeah. Well, I think knowing the quality of students that LBS has attracted to the current MBA for many, many years, I have no doubt that we will get a similar level of caliber coming into the
Absolutely.
one-year MBA. And with the program launching this year, it's LBS's 60th anniversary year this year as well. We have new leadership under Dean Sergei Guriev. It really is a wonderful feeling to feel kind of the buzz of innovation and creativity within our community. It's been great to be able to have this conversation today, Emily, and so much to look forward to.
Yeah, so much to look forward to. And thank you to everyone who's joined us as well. It's really been a pleasure to share more about the One-year MBA. It's something that I've been working on very hard in the background for a couple of years. So to be able to talk about it more publicly is really exciting for me personally. Um, and thank you, Helen, for sharing as well. I'm sure you're excited to have this as part of your MBA portfolios in the coming months.
Very much so. Very looking forward to it.
So applications are still open for this August. So if you haven't applied yet, you can find all the details on the london.edu website. We encourage you to explore more on our website as well, connect with the admissions team, connect with student ambassadors, join an event. But thank you so much again for your time today, Helen. Thank you to everyone that's joined us. And we hope to see you at London Business School very soon.